Right on, so JosefVStalin, and welcome to my fourth part of Let's Play Empire Total War. And in this part, we get to talk about the Ottoman military and compare it to that of the European and my previous played faction, the mititary Confederacy. So, let's get that going. But beforehand, let's talk about my status in the world. And a lot has happened because I kind of got carried away and played a whole bunch of turns. And before doing my next Let's Play, because I've played for like 5 hours today. But lots of exciting stuff has happened. Not many exciting battles, however. Lots of just diplomatic managing and economic managing, and various underhanded tactics used by me to get ahead. But unfortunately, when I in my last Let's Play, I took Georgia, and unfortunately what happened was, like the Americans in Iraq, I won the war. I was, however, unable to win the occupation, and I realized that I would not be able to beat their rebellion, so I withdrew my troops, and I withdrew them to Armenia. But then I realized I was not going to be able to hold on to Armenia either, so I withdrew those troops. But fortunately, with those troops, I used them to take over Persia, and that has effectively knocked out the Persians from the game. They still have a few armies milling about, but however, they don't have the capacity to create a more organized resistance. And I'm going to move in, and I'm going to knock out those two their last provinces, and I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm not even going to try. And Afghanistan, and that will actually be able to eliminate a significant threat. And once I'm able to defeat them, I can focus on getting rid of the Georgians and then the goddamn Chechens. But on the European front, the Austrians have bounced back, and they were invaded by the Poles, and they fought them back. And now Poland is being divvied up between actually my vassal, the Crimean Khanate, has taken a province, but mostly Prussia is kicking the crap out of them. Russia is too busy dealing with Sweden, and Austria, me and Austria are duking it out, sort of. But I actually ended up losing Sarajevo, or however you pronounce that, to the Austrians. However, I've managed to hold them strong with what troops I have. I haven't been pouring a lot of resources into the European front. I've been pouring most of them into the Eastern front, and hopefully it's going to pay off as I'll be able to take Afghanistan and the rest of the Persian provinces, and then I'll have only one theater to focus on. So, all being said, let's move into talking about the Ottoman military, and hopefully, if there's time at the end, I'll answer a couple questions. Alright, so on to the Ottoman military, and in the beginning stages, the Ottoman military is kind of a joke. I can't recruit most regular line infantry until I can build a barracks, and in all other, if I have like a city with only one building in it, like, I don't know, like Sofia in Bulgaria, I can't even build line infantry. All I can build are these guys, Bashi bazookas, and they're like they're skirmishers. They're relatively weak with melee attacks, but with that you can actually hide them anywhere on the map, so they do have some advantages. And you can only build Muslim mobs, which have 150 units in them, but they're not so great on attack. Yeah, but they can actually help. They can fill some gaps in the army, and they can pin down enemies, so I can maneuver in around them. So they have some uses, but that's all I can recruit from anywhere that doesn't have an actual military barracks, and from cities that actually have military barracks. I can recruit camel nomads, which are exactly like camels from the Indians. I can build Israelis, which look exactly like Berenger infantry from the Mititary Confederacy and have the exact same stats, meaning that they're not quite up to snuff as European line infantry. And that being said, they come at an extreme disadvantage because they don't have the same melee attack. Build desert warriors, which are basically like European militia. They can do in a pinch, not that great. I have Sermat Gissenaries, which have their melee units. They have very strong melee attack, and they're like the one up from the peasant mobs. Then I've got some Kurdish hillmen, which are skirmishers, but like that being said, they're not as good as European skirmishers. Some Anzars, which are they're like these what do they call? I'll just call them Bashis, which but they have rifles. So meaning that they come in 60 units. They move fast. They don't have a lot of punch, but they can hide anywhere they want. So, and then of course the peasant mobs complement that. So, to recap, the Ottoman military is not so hot at the beginning. They focus a lot on melee numbers and a little bit of underhanded tactics in there. Not that it's not that they know that's their specialty. It's just that you're going to have to use sort of more underhanded tactics if you want to win at the beginning. But I've looked ahead, and eventually you are able to recruit, Gissenaries who are able to stand toe-to-toe with European line infantry. And you're able to recruit grenadiers, and their grenadiers just kick the crap out of any other country's grenadiers. And in terms of the cavalry is the exact same as the Indians, minus the elephants, meaning that their cavalry is extremely adept at charging. Like, they get a huge charge bonus, and they're not very good in sustained combat. But that covers the military, infantry, and cavalry onto the artillery, and the artillery are far superior to that of European counterparts. They get the large motors, they get the 64-pound howitzers, and of course they get the Ottoman organ guns, which are extremely expensive, and I've used them in a couple skirmishes just because I couldn't wait to see what they did, and the results were pretty spectacular. I'm going to wait till a later part where I can actually build some of these weapons to show you, but it's pretty crazy what they can do. So, artillery is better. Initial military is very, very poor, and it's making this extremely hard to do. And but I think I might actually pull through. Things are looking pretty grim earlier today, but I was able to pull through. Alright, so I got a little bit of time left. I'm only going to answer one question and briefly brush on another. But I just want to say I'm sorry I didn't get a video up yesterday. There's a provincial election going on here, and I went to an all-candidates debate with my dad, and I have to say there's nothing that gets me more excited than watching 5 politicians duke it out on a stage and give very wishy-washy, very vague and bureaucratic answers to the audience's questions. But I actually got the chance to talk with the NDP candidate, which is the most left party here in the province. And after talking to him for a little bit, he said that I was probably more intelligent than he was, which is most likely true. But on the questions, Redemption 202 says his box formation is not working, it's grayed out. I can't help you. Talk to people who have had the same problem. Talk to higher-ups at the Total War help forums. I can't help you at all, I'm sorry. And then Arman the Big wants to know about when he takes over a province, how to quell rebellions. And I've noticed it happens a lot more now in hard mode. Like when I took over Georgia, they're a very different culture than I was, and therefore they rebelled very vigorously. So your best bet is to take over cultures that are similar to yours, because like when I took over Persia, there was almost no resistance at all. But that being said, once you take over a culture, you might want to put in some missionaries to help convert the population faster, or put them in there preemptively. You want to build theaters, you want to rebuild your buildings, you want to upgrade those buildings. Also, you want to destroy schools, and you might want to destroy some infrastructure if there's a lot of it, because industrialization pisses off the lower class. But do everything you can to quell that population, and if not, make sure you bring a lot of troops so you can fight off that rebellion, or use those troops to police the area. But that's all the time I have. If that doesn't answer your question, I'll be happy to help you more at a later time. This is JosefVStalin signing off for now, and I'll see you guys later.